I recently got a couple of Bose Acoustimass speakers from a friend who wants to convert them into passive subwoofers. The Acoustimass is a control unit for smaller Bose speakers that use a proprietary connector. I'm going to bypass all of the control functionality and wire in a standard speaker cable connection in order to use the high quality built-in subwoofer with a regular tuner like the one on the right. I got these speaker wire connectors off of the internet, and I think that I will fit them in the back here and make for an easy connection. To remove the back panel, first I will take off these two screws here by all of the connection ports, and then once that is done, flip the unit over. Next, I take off these two volume knobs on the side. Next is probably the hardest part of this whole process. You have to pry up a little rotating clip with a regular flathead screwdriver, and then use a smaller screwdriver to press a couple of clips towards the main body of the unit while pushing down on the cover. This can be a little bit tricky and it can definitely stick, but apply some pressure as you pry it and it should come off for you just fine. And here's a close-up of those clips to give you a better idea about what's going on. On the left is the connector that goes to the subwoofer. This is what we're going to use to wire in those speaker wire connectors. Since I don't need the power supply or the control electronics anymore, I'm just going to take them off and give myself some more room to work. I'm gonna plug in and heat up my little rinky-dink soldering iron and then pull off the connector with some pliers. I'm going to get a couple of wires which look to be about the same gauge and then solder them on, giving myself enough length to be able to feed the wires through to the connection port. I don't have any heat shrink, so I'm just going to use some electrical tape to make sure that the two wires don't short out. I'm going to solder on the speaker wire connector and also wrap it in electrical tape. This part is out of frame, so use your imagination. Finally, I'm going to drill a couple of holes and attach the speaker cable connector with a couple of screws. And to test the setup, we plug in a couple of speaker wires from the tuner, and it seems to sound pretty good. Alright guys, well, thank you, and catch you next time.